In this video, I'll be sharing with you a requested tutorial on how to cut this stylish under-bust halter neck gathered dress. So if this is something you like, kindly hit on the subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up. So let's dive right into today's video. So to start, here is my pattern and we're going to work on the upper parts. So first, you're going to get the full length of your dress and you're going to minus your shoulder to waist. Now here's my shoulder to bust, shoulder to under bust and shoulder to waist line. After I'm done marking that, I'm going to go ahead to mark my shoulder divided by 2 and I'll add extra ½ inch to it because this dress has a sleeve. Now from that point, I'll come down by 1 inch and I'm going to go ahead to mark a basic neckline of 3 inches. So from this 1 inch I came down from my shoulder, I'm going to go ahead to connect it to the basic neckline of 3 inches. Next, I'm going to find my chest line, which is my bust circumference divided by 6 plus 1.5 inches. I'll place my ruler and I'm going to draw a straight line there. Now, after I'm done drawing this out, I'm going to go ahead to mark my shoulder divided by 2. Now, I'm going to place my ruler and I'm going to connect this all the way up. I'll divide this part of my armhole into 2 equal parts, come out by ½ inch and go ahead to mark my bust circumference divided by 4. Now I'll connect from the ½ inch to the upper part, connect from the chest line to the midpoint. So this is what I have after I'm done cutting out. I'll start marking my dart. So to mark your dart, you need your nipple to nipple divided by 2. So my nipple to nipple is 7 inches divided by 2, I have 3.5. After that, I'll place my ruler and draw out a straight line. Now, after I'm done marking, I'll be marking a dart intake at both sides of my pattern. So I'll go ahead to mark ½ inch here and ½ inch here, and also go ahead to mark that at the lower part of my pattern, which is the waistline. Now, after I'm done marking at the waistline, I'll go ahead to connect this at the other side. Now, I'm going to come down by 1 inch here from the bust, and I'm going to go ahead to place my ruler and I'll connect this all the way to the upper part and also connect at the other side. Now, the next step I'm going to take is to go ahead to insert my measurement for this pattern. I'm going to mark my bust circumference divided by 4 here, and I'm going to add a sewing allowance. Now at the under bust, I'll mark my under bust circumference divided by 4 and I'll replace the dart intake and add a sewing allowance. So after marking that, I'll go down to my waistline and mark my waist circumference divided by 4, measure the dart intake, replace and add my sewing allowance. After I'm done marking that, I'll place my ruler and I'm going to connect all those lines. Now, the next step I'm going to take is connect from my basic neckline of 3 inches to my under bust. Now, I'll go ahead to use my free hand to connect this. You can also use a curved drill to connect. So I'll come out by 1.5 inches, and from there, here I'll come in by 2 inches so that by the time I use ½ inch to attach my sleeve, I'll have 1.5 inches left. Now I'll take this all the way down. Now before going ahead to connect, I'll mark my nipple to nipple and I'll subtract ½ inch from it here. Now you can use this or you can just go ahead to connect your pattern down, right? Now I'll just go ahead to connect it all the way to the under bust of my pattern. So now after I'm done connecting, the next step I'm going to take is to go ahead to connect this all the way to the lower part of my pattern this way. So I'm going to tilt it in a way that it will come towards this side, just like we have on the pattern. So I'm almost done with drafting out this side. What I'll do is to use my marker to outline. So at this point, if you haven't yet subscribed, please kindly hit on the subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, leave your comment also at the comment section. And after I'm done connecting, this is what I have for the front pattern. Now going up to the neckline, you notice that that is an halter neck. So I'll be adding an addition of 3.5 to 4 inches. So how will you get this 3.5 or 4 inches you're adding? Now, if you mark out a basic neckline, a basic back neckline, what you normally have after measuring is 3.5 inches. Let's say if you have a neckline of 3 by 1 inches for the back, if you measure it, you have 3.5. If you're using 3 by 1.5 inches, if you measure it, you have 4 inches. So that is how I got that extension for the halter neckline. So what I'm going to do now is to go ahead to cut out my pattern. So after I'm done cutting this, we're going to go ahead to draft out the back pattern. So the back pattern is very easy and there's no much work to do. Now when you're cutting out this pattern at the under bust area where the center pattern meets the other pattern, please go ahead to notch it because it will be serving as a guide to join your pattern back, and I'll go ahead to cut this out. So this is what I have on this side. Now I'll just go ahead to give it a little cut because if you look at the under bust of that pattern, there's little pleats at that point. Now, going over to the back pattern, I've gone ahead to mark out the basic measurement, which includes the shoulder to bust and the shoulder to waistline. I also marked out my zipper allowance, which is 1.5 inches. You can use 2 inches. That is the only difference between the front and the back. Then is the neckline of this dress. So I'll just outline my pattern as bust and waistline, right? So after this, I'll go ahead to mark my dart and my dart will start at the zipper, after the zipper line, which I'll mark my nipple to nipple divided by 2. Now I'm going to place my ruler and I'm going to go ahead to connect, drawing out a straight line. I'll mark ½ inch on both sides of this dart and I'm going to go ahead to connect this all the way to the upper part, and I'll connect at the other side of my pattern also. Now after I'm done connecting this, the next step I'm going to take is to insert my measurement. I'll mark my bust circumference divided by 4 here, and I'll add my sewing allowance. Go ahead to use any sewing allowance of your choice. Mark your waist circumference divided by 4, measure the dart intake replace, and also add your sewing allowance. Now I'm going to go ahead to connect this all the way up. Now after I'm done connecting, so for the back neckline here, you can come down by 1.5 to 2 inches here, and then you're going to measure that same 2 inches you have here. So you can also use 2.5 if you want to at that point, and then go ahead to connect. Now this is what I have for the back. Come in by ½ inch and extend this all the way up for the zipper bulge. So after I'm done marking this, I'm done with the back. So if you feel the back neckline is a bit high, you can go ahead to take it down. So this is what the back pattern looks like. Now we'll be talking about the lower part of this dress. For the lower part, which is a gathers, what you need to do is to get the full length of your dress and minus your half length, which is, let's say this dress is 60 inches. Then you minus your half length. Let's say my half length is 17. If I minus 17 from 60 inches, what I have is 43. So that 43 now, I'm going to cut out a straight fabric, which is about 3 to 4 yards. Now I'll be adding an additional 2 inches for folding and joining allowance, so that you can join it to the upper part of the dress and also fold the lower part of this dress.